Here in the Northern Territory's war room against COVID-19, they're marking a victory. They've just decided it's safe to reopen some national parks at the end of the week.
So we've had a meeting with ADF this morning in relation to resourcing and parks and wildlife.
Yep. There are many things that could have gone the wrong way for us during COVID-19, but what we've achieved to date is nothing short of exceptional.
So far, the Territory's only reported 28 confirmed coronavirus cases.
The fact that no one's died in the Northern Territory is something I'm very, very proud of.
Early on, there were fears the virus would devastate the top end's remote Indigenous communities. The government brought in the Defence Force and AFP to help shut down non-essential travel.
Across the Northern Territory, we've got 23 border checkpoints, and as long as there is a positive COVID-19 individual in Australia, it is likely we will hold our borders until that is completely eradicated.
The tough border controls have helped the Territory record no new cases for the past 10 days. South Australia's also counting success, notching up 6 consecutive days of 0 new cases. Today, Queensland reported no new cases either.
It's not as straightforward as saying that these other states have done a better job. We always anticipated that we would see different jurisdictions start to recover ahead of other jurisdictions. It was never going to be uniform.
New South Wales has the highest number of cases, including 34 new cases over the past 5 days. Health researchers point to large numbers of international arrivals and the release of passengers from the Ruby Princess for the state's high tally.
We've seen a larger proportion of cases in states like New South Wales, and that means that they've got a bigger job to try and get that outbreak under control.
But an outbreak in the northwest of Tasmania shows that size and geographical isolation doesn't guarantee fewer cases.
It speaks to the importance for why everyone needs to take this so seriously.
South Australian health authorities attribute their success to the highest per capita testing regime in the nation. South of Adelaide, the SAG family's been playing its part by staying at home.
I've followed the rules, probably even been abundantly cautious, should I say, about the rules, just because I know what it would be like to lose someone. Having nearly lost my husband about 11 years ago.
Her husband survived the heart attack, but Rachel worries he's more susceptible to coronavirus, so she's not sending her kids back to school, even though cases are low.
I've decided to keep my kids at home just because of our particular risk in our family, until I can see what's happening on a sustained level after everyone's gone back to school.
In effect, we'll be turning Western Australia into an island within an island, our own country. These are drastic steps, but also sensible and workable.
The Western Australian Premier has earned praise for his approach, with the state reporting 3 days of no new cases over the past week. But today there was one new case.
The community has to remember that the eradication of coronavirus is highly unlikely, so we're focusing on suppression. Restrictions have to be removed in a very careful way. The restrictions were put on quite rapidly, so we're not clear on which restrictions may have had the greatest impact.
Back in the Northern Territory, the government's flagged easing restrictions on cafes, pubs and restaurants as early as June. But the fight's not over yet.
This is a long-range game, and we have to be conscious that a second wave is normally associated with a pandemic.
One of the biggest risks that we face as a country now, and particularly in those jurisdictions that have recorded lower number of cases, is the sense that people might feel that the crisis is over. This is certainly not over.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.